So I called this video mainly FLYSAFE, does it need an update? And as you can see already, now I'm using my DJI Mavic Air 2, but don't forget guys, this will be on all your DJI drones, especially when you go in to check for updates, which I will show you later on. But in this video, I'm going to show you on my Mavic Air 2, because it is important, because they are obviously always updating new restrictions, no-fly zones, and other things that are in the areas, just to make you aware. So, what do you do? We go into the screen. Now, I'm obviously not going to fly the drone, but if you go over to the top right-hand corner where the three dots are, press on that. That's your settings, and then go into About, and then you got Check for Updates, FLYSAFE Data. And you just press on that. It says Update. Obviously making sure that you got your internet connected as well. And we just go through the process. I'm not going to go through it all, but as you can read there, it's just telling you about keeping within the laws, the geo zones and other restricted areas, because obviously there are new airports, and some airports have obviously widened their no-fly zones. And I think it's always best to be safe than being sorry, really. Now, there are other apps out there, but I tend mainly to use the DJI app because it has got built-in safety features. With the apps, it's not going to make your drone stop, but with the DJI app, if there's a no-fly zone, the drone won't take off, or if it does fly into a no-fly zone, it will stop and return back to you. Whereas some of the other apps will not do that. So just be aware. So it was very quick. Update successful. So it's saying there already at the top there that it's all been done. What I will do, I'll just go back in and I'll just check to make sure that there's no other updates. I'm just going to check the firmware, check-in version. Now I did do an update a couple of weeks ago on the Mavic Air 2. So the drone's already updated, everything's safe. So I'm ready to go out flying again. So that was just a quick demo. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to try my latest drone, which is the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and we'll go through the same process. I've got a horrible feeling I've got another new update which I will check as well. So the same procedure as the other drone, making sure you've got the drone on, the RC screen on as well. Everything's ready, so I'm just going to press the three dots in the right hand corner. Go into About. Now I'm going to check first the FLYSAFE data. Now I did update this a while back. And I'll just move my... I'll just bring that over there. That's my screen recorder. I don't want to interfere. I think it said it was already updated. Checking the bottom there. Yeah. So at the bottom of the screen, it's saying it's all up to date. Now at the moment, my software looks like it needs updating. Now I've only updated about a week ago, so I will check that as well. Okay, so it's already saying I need a new firmware update, so I'll press the update. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to turn off the drone, because it's nothing for the drone, it's just for the actual screen controller itself. So I'm just going to turn off the drone. It's not going to affect the update. So you haven't got to worry about updating the batteries as well. So it's just the controller itself. Obviously making sure guys that when you do any of these sort of things that you've got the internet on your controller when you do it. And that's just by going into the screen at the top there, dragging it down and making sure it's connected to the internet. and any other things that you want to check. Because I've had quite a few people saying they had problems with the volume, so you can check the volume, the screen brightness. Now that, just in case you're wondering what that red light's for, that means that the drone is not connected. And guys, just leave it alone. Just let it go through the process. It'll go back into the DJI Fly app in a moment, and then you know it's all been completed. So don't turn it off. Just let it carry on doing its uploading. So there it is, DJI Fly. It's just putting in the data now. Sometimes it can be quite a long process. Right, I'm going to turn off the controller. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the drone out to give it a test flight, make sure everything is safe. I will also explain a little bit more about the FLYSAFE Data. Now, the drone itself, if it's in a no-fly zone area, it will not take off at all. If it's outside a no-fly zone area, it will fly towards it, but once it hits that geo zone, it will not go through it. It will stop. It will tell you on the screen and return to home, which is what I like about it. There is an app I will show you in a moment, an app that I do use, which to me is helpful for me. It shows you the zones. There are other apps, I do agree, and obviously when you visit another countries you need to check them out, but to me I just use the DJI because it's clicked in my flight data as well. Anyway, we're just going to do the test flight now. So I've come out on the same day I've done the upload. I've got a lot of faith it's going to be all right, but it's always best to do a test fly and obviously reassure you guys that there's no problems. So I've got my Mini 3 Pro. I thought what I'd do first, I'll just explain a little bit about this other app I was on about, and this is the UAV forecast app. It's free, but if you wanted a weekly forecast you can pay for it, but to me you get 2 days free anyway. Wherever you are guys, wherever you are around the world, I mean I can't say 100% on that because I'm in Spain. I got this downloaded in the UK. Works fine for me. It's not 100% accurate. You can look on that, and if it says it's not good to fly, have a look yourself. If it's not that windy, but it gives you a rough idea. And I'll show you a couple other things on there as well, especially when we was talking about no-fly zones as well. So first of all, just explain about the app itself, and then we get on with the test flight. So with the app, like I said, it's the UAV forecast. You can free download it on Android or Apple. When you open it up, wherever you are, it's going to tell you the conditions. Now at the moment I'm in Aquilus and it's saying already good to fly. It tells me about the weather. It's a little bit cloudy, which is correct. Temperature, wind, everything. And if I wanted to come back tomorrow, it's still saying good to fly. Now if I go on to the forecast map, it gives me a complete breakdown there. Now at the moment we're in the afternoon at 3 o'clock, but if let's start again. So at the moment it's 3 o'clock. I was looking at tomorrow's. So it gives you like a 24-hour forecast. Later on, obviously 4 o'clock, it's obviously the wind's going to be picking up, and it's saying it's not advisable to fly. And then tomorrow morning, I haven't got to worry about that because that's in the night. In the morning, it's looking good. So that's good. It gives you an idea. Right now, if I go onto the map, it tells me the no-fly zone areas. Now at the moment, I've got nothing. Now you can see I've got that radius. So if I make that smaller, now if I went up, say, Toltana, it's green. Now what it's saying is you've got the symbols at the side there. It's a small airport, and obviously orange looks like another orange, darker orange I should say. Obviously Mercia, it's a built-up city area, and then you go over to Corvera areas, another major airport there. San Javier is obviously the military, but it just gives you a rough idea, really. So I'm down here. You can see at the bottom, it's called the range guide. So I got over at Pulpy. There's a heliport there, and what it will mean is, say it's the heliport or the small airport, it might restrict you to the height that you can fly. Another thing, if you're on a, especially when I showed you where San Javier is. Now San Javier is the military Spanish Air Force. Now they fly along the coast there. Now sometimes they will put up their own sort of no-fly zone area, and it will come up on your DJI app saying you may need to seek permission from the control tower. There will be a number. Now you won't be able to fly, guys, through that. You would have to get confirmation from the control tower. Once it's been confirmed, then you better fly your drone. So I think personally it's a good idea. You don't want to be flying in restricted areas anyway, especially airports, things like that. So I thought that just give you a bit of an idea. So let's get on with this test flight and see how it goes. First things first, turn on the controller, turn on the drone, making sure that you remove the gimbal guard. On the free, it's pretty obvious that you got something there, but I know on my Mavic Air 2, I sometimes forget and leave it on because it's sort of partly hidden. I think that's the same with the Mavic Pro as well. Anyway, I think it's just clicking in now. I'll just place the drone down in a safe area. And I'm just waiting for, as you can see at the top right there, you've got the red. Now at the moment, my satellites, I've only got 7 satellites yet. So I'm waiting for that to go green. It's going orange now, I've got 12.
The home point has been updated.
Now the home point's already been set. As soon as the home point's been set, let's get the drone off. Let's take off. I always do auto take off. You can bring the sticks in if you want to take it off.
The home point has been updated.
So at the moment, the drone's nice and steady. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'm just going to take the drone up. Now at the moment, I've got it on feet, but you can have it on your metric sizes, but I'm a feet and inches man myself. So I'm just going to take it up to about 100 foot. And I'm just, as I've done that, I'll just have a quick look around to see if there's any obstructions. I don't think there is, no. Obviously we've got these lamp posts here. They're not in the way. We also got, just a bit further up, it's a bit hot, you can't see it, but further up we've got some work going on. We're not going that far. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go into Master Shots. Okay, Master Shots will do all the quick shots in one. So we're just going to set that up. We'll just bring the camera down or the gimbal down so you can see me where I am. I'm in that shadow. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to walk out of the shadow a bit because it's not really going to see me. Okay, so what it's done, it's locked itself on the car. It's just sorting itself out.
3, 2, 1.
So it's going to go through all the, it's going through the droney at the moment. And that's what I like about Master Shots. It always tells you what you're on. So now it's doing the circle. Now it's doing the pitch up, fly forward. See, it's hooked back onto me again. It's doing the circle close, and at the moment I can't see nothing wrong with it at the moment. Now remember, guys, that when you're using these what I call quick shots and that, it will turn off your avoidance. So you've got to make sure that there's no obstructions around that it's likely to crash into. That's why I'm well above the lamp posts, and right back there it does start to ascend a bit, but it's not going to go out that far. Camera down, fly forward. You notice you can stop this at any time. You can press that red circle with the cross in it, and it will stop and it'll come back to you. We're nearly finished. It's doing this camera straight, and it will start to descend, and I will just prove if it can catch me waving. Yeah, so master shot's complete. It's returning back to the position it was first in. Draw a square around me. Now I've got spotlight on me. I'm going to do active track. I got on trace, and we're just going to see if it follows me about. I don't think there's any problem with that, so that's good. I'll just stop that. Okay, take out that box. Now I've just looked at my battery. I got 29%. Now I was going to sort of do a quick flight. I'll see if I got time to do that. The RC's on full. I've also got 30 satellites, which is plenty. I'm just flying up towards near the cranes, and what I'm going to do, I mean, that's enough. I think sometimes it's always not worth pushing it too much. I've got 23% left. I'm going to bring it back now, return to home. And then that's another thing as well worth checking, is your return to home's working all right. I'm quite happy with that. I wasn't expecting anything to go wrong. I think what it was, there was obviously some bugs that when they did on the last software update, which obviously they rectify. It does happen. I think the problem is a lot of people are using different tablets and phones, and that also causes a problem. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the vid. I hope it's given you sort of some idea about the FLYSAFE zones and things like that. I'm always quite happy to answer any questions. So, do I wait until the drone comes back? Just to prove that the drone was fine, I'm just turning it off now. So the drone's off. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, get the thumbs down. And yeah, I'll catch you in another video.